Hello friends, welcome to Mazaro. Today in this video I am going to explain what are the important settings we need to do just after creating a WordPress blog. Normally just after installing WordPress and creating our blog, what should be the next step, what are the essential settings after creating a WordPress blog, all these ideas comes into our mind. There are so many things that we can do time by time, but in this blog I would explain some of the important settings you must do after website setup or just before that. So what I am going to cover, first one is the add Google Analytics tool to your website. It is important. Add your website to Google Search Console. It is also free tool, Google Search Console. Submit sitemap XML file to Google. Configure the right permalink structure in your WordPress site. Next, remove not necessary items from your site. Set up general setting in WordPress. Set up WordPress SEO and set up some caching plugin in WordPress. So all these I am going to explain. Let's move to the first one, that is add Google Analytics to your WordPress. So what is a Google Analytics? Google Analytics is a tool which is provided by the Google. It is free, and with the help of Google Analytics we can analyze the data. Let me show my Google Analytics account. Like this is my Google Analytics account. In this, what we can see, how many users are coming. Like at this time it is showing 2 users on my website, how many users are coming, and on the daily basis how many users are coming and from the which media, that also we can see. Scroll down, what are the active users, user retention, these are the important data, from which country they are hitting, and what devices they are using for hitting a website, mobile, tablet, desktop, all these, what pages they are hitting, all these information you can see here, and many others also very useful information you can see and analyze the data, and based on those data you can take some decision for your website, for the improvement of your website. So this is the step that you cannot ignore. It is my recommendation that you should add Google Analytics to your website. For that I wrote one blog, how to add Google Analytics to WordPress. In the simple steps, all these steps I have explained here, means how to set up the accounts, how to add Google Analytics into your WordPress website. All these you can get it. You can refer this if you want. I would just put this link into the description section. Now next, let's move to the next step. In this you need to add your website to Google Search Console, and finally submit the sitemap file to the Google through Google Search Console. First let me show you my XML sitemap file. So this is my sitemap file. It lists out all the posts, all the blogs and other information. If I click on this post, so you can see here it shows all the blogs which are existing on my website. So if we submit this file to the Google, so it helps Google's crawlers to easily navigate to our website, and it would play a very important role in our SEO ranking as well. So this is the sitemap file. So how we are going to do this? For that it is a 3-step process. In step 1, add your website to the first Google Search Console. In step 2, know what is the name of your sitemap file and where it is existing in your website. And in step 3, finally submit this file to the Google Search Console. So for step number 1 and for step number 3, already I have written a very detailed blog. This how to submit sitemap file to the Google, you can scroll down and under this 4 you can check that all the details are here, how to add your website to the Google Search Console, and finally how you can submit. So I would keep this link in the description section, you can check it. Now for step number 2, that how you would know that what is the name of your file and where it is existing. Nowadays in the most of the cases this file is generated automatically, so just you need to check what is the name of your file and what is the location in your website. So for this also I have written one blog, this how to find sitemap of your website, so you can refer this and you would know what is the name of your sitemap file and what is the location of that. So after that, now you know that what is the name of your sitemap file, and also you have, I am assuming that you have added your website to the Google Search Console. So finally you need to submit this. So just let me show you my Google Search Console. This, it is my Google Search Console. If I click on sitemaps, so under the sitemaps here just I have to give my sitemap index file name. So my file name is sitemap underscore index.xml, and just I have to click on submit button, so it would be submitted to the Google. I am not submitting this because already I have submitted. So in this way finally you can submit your sitemap file to the Google. Now let's move to the next step. It is configure the right permalink structure. First we need to know what is permalink structure. As the name suggests, it is a permanent URL of a post. In WordPress each post has a specific URL. Let me show what is this. I have one blog, how to submit a sitemap to Google. In this, if you see this URL, so this URL is the permalink. It is the permanent URL of your post. So this is a permalink. Move to the dashboard. In this, just scroll down, go to the setting. Under setting we see the permalink. Click on this. Here in WordPress we see a lot of options, like you can create a plain permalink. At the end some number would come, day and name type, day, month, year, and your post name would come at last, month and name, month and year, and your post name. Numeric, only the some numbers would come at last, and this is the post name. At the end only the post name would come, no day, no month, no numeric, no number. And last one is the custom structure. If you want, so you can create your custom structure of permalink as well, like at the end you can select post name, after that you can select month number, if you want, after that you can select a year. So in this way you can create your permalink structure. It is very good, but in the most of the cases this would fit post name, and also it is very SEO friendly if you select this. So question comes, why we should select post name as a permalink. So I would say it is a very SEO friendly. It talks about your post. You can also target your keyword in this URL. So this was all about the permalink structure in your WordPress. The last one tip I want to say, we should always avoid changing the permalink setting when our blog has been published. Now let's move to the next item. It is remove not necessary item from your site. when you install WordPress, normally we observe that it comes with some of the default items, like some sample pages, some sample post, and some unnecessary comments. So all these items we need to remove. So let's see one by one that how we can remove such items. Moving to my dashboard. In this, first check how to remove a default sample page. Just go to the page. If you see, here we have one sample page, and this page we are not using anywhere, it is a default. So we need to remove this. Just click on this. After this, let's move to the removing to the default post. So go to the post, and we are looking here one default post, hello world. So we should also remove this, clicking on trace. After that, we need to remove unnecessary comments. So click on the comment section, and just check this list, and if you want to remove some comments, so you should stress this also, stress all these such comments which are not useful. In this way you can remove all the comments. After that, go to the appearance and theme. When you set up your WordPress, it comes with some default themes, like here 2019, 2020, 2021. When you finalize any WordPress theme, you usually do not use your default WordPress theme. So keep only one default theme installed and delete all other default themes. I am saying to keep one default theme installed because sometimes you may switch from your main WordPress theme to the default theme in case of suppose you have to do some debugging or error handling in this case. So apart from like in this, suppose I am using this extra theme, this is my final theme, so I should remove all other themes, like we should remove these themes. Just go to this and click on delete, so it would be removed. In that way you can delete other themes as well. Go to this and delete. So we have deleted one or two themes are also there, so you can delete whatever default themes are there. So it was all about removing unnecessary items from your website. Let's move to next. It is setup general setting in WordPress. Now it is a time that we need some important configuration which we should do in our WordPress. Let's start one by one. First, we are going to set up our site title and tagline. So go to the dashboard section. Here comes under settings and general, click on general. In this, during the setup of WordPress, you added site title and tagline. Now from here, if you want, you can change this site line and tagline. Here you can give your site name, your administrative user mail IDs you can put there. After, the important setting is your site language. You should select your site language, and time zone is also very important. You should set your local time zone in WordPress. This would be very helpful in many places where you want your website activity to be tracked based on your local region's time zone. So under this time zone you can select you can select date format and also the time format. Now let's move for setting up the site icon, which normally we known as a favicon. So just we are moving towards appearance. Appearance is here, and theme, not theme, appearance and customize. And after that, just it's taking time. We'll go to the site identity and under this. So we came from appearance, customize, and finally the site identity. It is about to come. Yeah, it has come now. So click on site identity. In this, just let me check one thing, just a moment. This is the site identity. Yeah, it is there. So here, if you see, if on my site, if you see, this is the brand name, this M highlighted. So if you want, so you can change your image from here, or if there is no image, you can upload the image from here. This would be your site identity. After that, let's move to the comment section, that how to set up a comment in WordPress. So go to the dashboard again. Under setting, we have discussion. Click on this. Here there are so many things are there which you can check. If you find it challenging to check or uncheck, so you can set it above. It is my setting. It would be good enough. Anytime if you want, you can change this. That is not a problem. Like default post setting, other comment setting, email me whenever. So these are the options. So I have selected this. So you can check this. So it was all about the general setting in the WordPress. Let's move to the next. It is set up some WordPress SEO plugin. SEO stands for search engine optimization. We use this to increase the traffic to our website. If you know the importance of this, so very good, excellent. Otherwise, you would soon realize the importance after launching your website. Okay, by the way, WordPress is SEO friendly and we can do a lot more to optimize this. As a serious blogger, you should install some SEO plugin from the day first after launching a WordPress website. Let's see, there are two plugins, those are very important. Yoast SEO and all-in-one SEO. These are two important plugins related to the SEO. You can choose any one, both are good. I am using a Yoast SEO. It is also very good, and all-in-one SEO is also very good. Both are good. You can choose the free version of, at least the free version of Yoast SEO you should install. Free version has a lot of things. It would take care of all SEO related things. You can download from here. You can download and install in your WordPress. So now move to the next item. It is setup caching plugin in WordPress. To speed up your website speed, caching play a very important role. So first we need to understand what is the caching. When you request some pages to the server, this caching mechanism doesn't generate the requested page copy at runtime. Instead, caches the copy already and send back to the same copy to you. So in that way, it saves a lot of time in receiving the pages and enhances the user experience. And as a result, load time improves. So I would recommend, there are two important plugins for this. Let me show you. These are, one is a WP Super Cache, it is free plugin, and one is a WP Rocket, it is a paid. So WP Super Cache is good one. You can use this free plugin for the time being. Also you can change with your web host. Like in my case, I am using a Bluehost. so they provide some default caching mechanism, so I am using that one. So you can check with your hosting provider. So it was all about the caching, so at least you should use one. These were some important settings which we need to do just after creating your WordPress blog. I hope you enjoyed this. In the next video I'll come with some new topics. Till then, thank you, bye bye.